This is the Gorge. This is a podcast where my friend Sara and I gorge ourselves on overanalyzing a game or game-related topic. Except this week we're not talking about a game or game-related topic. We're talking about Steven Universe again.
Hey, that's technically video game related because they just showed a trailer for gameplay at SDCC for Save the Light. So it's totally video game related topic.
And oh my god, Save the Light looks really good.
Doesn't Save the Light look great? It looks so charming. It's like everything I would want out of a Steven Universe game. I mean, I know it can't really be like, because it's a spin-off, it can't actually be plot important, like, at all. But, like, that doesn't mean it doesn't look really cutesy and fun, you know?
And I'm loving, like, how many party members they're showing off. Like, of course it's gonna be Steven and the Crystal Gems, but now we have Greg and Connie and Peridot.
Which is so great. Honestly, the one I got the most excited for was Greg, because I totally want to see how Greg works in an RPG style setting.
Right?
Are you kidding me? That sounds amazing.
I'm betting he's going to be very, very support-based. Like, he's got all your buffs and heals and everything.
And that is, honestly, that's all I want, because Dad Universe supports me at all times.
And they showed Peridot building little turrets and stuff, which looks super cute.
Yeah, she's Torbjorn. I mean, she basically is just a little goblin engineer character, so it works out perfectly. Sentry going up and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks super cute, and my only thing is that it's for consoles. I kind of wish it was for handhelds, or like, still for mobile devices.
Yeah, I could have gone for, I don't know, maybe they'll do a Vita version or a 3DS version or something. Or is it coming out on the Switch? Or is it just PS4, Xbox?
It's just said consoles in the SDCC trailers, so I don't know. Like, I
mean, that would be a great Switch game.
It would be a great Switch game. I mean, honestly, I think all JRPGs, after experiencing Persona 4 on the Vita, I think all JRPGs should be handheld titles. Mm-hmm. Because handhelds, especially with the Switch now, like, handhelds can be just as beautiful as a full console release, you know? So I just think at this point, like, having a JRPG on a console is fine, but, like, when I was playing Persona 5, all I could think was, boy, I wish I was playing this on my lunch break, too.
Right? Yeah,
because, like, grinding really lends itself to the sit around and play on your lunch break aspect of video games. And so, like, Save the Light especially looks like kind of a cutesy, fun platformer / action JRPG. So, you know, action, turn-based JRPG, whatever, we're throwing a lot of combat things.
They're wholesale doing the Paper Mario thing.
Yeah,
where
that's exactly
reaction,
what it is.
You know, reaction mini-games and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Which is fine.
Which is perfect. Yeah, that's great. I love that whole setup. It's great.
Yeah, that style of video games lends itself very well to Steven Universe. But it also lends itself very well to handhelds, so I'm really hoping for a Switch release, because that would help sell me even more on a Switch. Because I'm still on the fence. But that's not what we're really talking about today.
No, we got very recently, we got a whole chunk of episodes again, because again, Cartoon Network cannot just, like, consistent schedule. Here are episodes in a season.
214 episodes of Teen Titans Go to every one episode of Steven Universe, which is, it's fine. Yeah,
it's really, it's totally acceptable that you do a chunk that ends one season and then begins another.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I mean, that totally is a smart way to do things and is intelligent.
It doesn't screw up the pacing of the story at all, or, you know...
No,
make
not
things
one bit.
Feel really inconsistent, where suddenly the big plot thing you've been building up toward all season is just really rapidly resolved, like the next episode. It's fine. I mean, that's not bad management at all.
No, you know? not at all. That doesn't, like, you know, and, you know, the episode we ended this chunk on is absolutely not, like, a horrible place to end it.
Yeah, and we don't know when we're getting our next episodes. That's fine. That's totally fine.
Yeah. Good job. You did it.
Great. Thanks, Cartoon Network.
You made the good schedule.
Way to go. Boy, I hate Teen Titans Go!
So, before we get into Steven Universe, I just want to, like, comment on that part alone, because, like, when I first heard that Teen Titans Go was announced, I'm like, I don't see why everyone's so upset. Like, it's just the Teen Titans, but it's going to be a sketch comedy show instead. That's fine.
Right. That's fine.
And then I watched a few episodes, and it's just not funny.
It's not funny. It's not good. It's nothing. It's like, boy, man, you remember how great Teen Titans was? Yeah, let's not do that. Okay.
Yeah. Let's not even try to do anything similar to the old show.
Who cares that Teen Titans Go was Teen Titans was actually a pretty good little damn kids cartoon, you know, that did some serious stuff and had some interesting plot lines and was, you know, good. Let's not make a good TV show. Let's do the opposite. And they did. Thanks, guys.
And now it absorbs everything like some sort of blob creature that just devours all the other good cartoons.
I'm waiting for them to cancel, like Gumball and stuff like that to make room for more Teen Titans Go.
Don't say that, because you'll give them ideas.
You know they would. Man, we could fit more Teen Titans Go in here. How about we cancel this really cool original kids show? That's fine, right? That's totally what worked for Disney and Gravity Falls.
Like, I haven't watched a ton of Gumball, but every episode I have watched has been
golden?
Great.
I have watched a collective maybe 10 episodes of Gumball, and I have never disliked an episode of Gumball, ever.
Did you see the episode where they made fun of their own Chinese ripoff?
Yes. Did you see the episode with the badass anime fight scene between the mom character? I'm like, excuse me, what the fuck is going on here? What show am I watching right now? Like, fuck, that part, I watched that fight on YouTube, and I was like, this is one of the best choreographed anime fights in, like, 3 years. What the fuck? And it's on an American cartoon show.
Right? It's great.
I'm loving this trend of Westaboos, by the way.
Yes! All the fucking weebs, like Rebecca Sugar, that grew up watching Invader Zim and anime, they're now adults.
I mean Westaboos. I'm talking about Japanese anime, like, people.
Yeah.
Like, proper anime producers working on American shit. Like, A1 Productions making stuff with Medeon, and The Fight in Gumball, and Porigoshi, or Takahumi Hori doing the key animation for Mindful Education. I'm loving this trend of Westaboos. Are you kidding me? Like, that's my favorite thing in the entire universe, is to see this weird crossover born out of the fact that all the weebs from when we were kids grew up and decided, let's make our own fucking anime. You know? And then let's actually work with anime people to make it happen, you know? Like, that's basically what happened with, have you watched the Medeon,
no.
The anime music video he did with A1 Pictures?
No, but I will check that out as soon as this is over. I'll check that out.
It is beautiful, and I don't really think A1 Pictures is that great of an animation studio, which is funny because they're doing Fate Apocrypha. But they also did the god-awful Phoenix Wright adaptation. But the fucking, you know, Apocrypha looks great. The Persona 3 movie, which is also A1 Pictures, looks great. And the Medeon music video whose name I can't remember right now, looks super good too. So you should totally check it out. Yeah, that's my anime critique for the evening.
I absolutely will check that out.
But we're supposed to be talking about Steven Universe.
We totally are, and I think, like, before we go, like, dive into it, I think these 9 episodes that we got were better than the, like, 16 or so chunk we did for the last Stevencast.
Yeah, I think,
like,
oh, crap.
Like, collectively...
I unplugged my headphones.
Oh.
There we go. Sorry.
Like, collectively, like, this chunk was, like...
The pacing was certainly tighter. It feels like the last little chunk of episodes took too fucking long to get to the point. I still think my old critique of, I feel like some of the magic has been lost and replaced. I don't know if I brought that up last time. I feel like a little bit of the magic has been lost now that we're getting into more focused storyline segments. I feel like some, like, the old sparkly, giant, amazing set pieces from the first 2 seasons are replaced with more simple things so that they can tell the story more efficiently, which is fine, But, it just doesn't quite... I mean, I'm still really enjoying Steven Universe, but it hasn't quite hooked me in the same way that seasons 1 through 3 did.
Yeah, and that's kind of like also it's a natural problem to have with a show like this, where the wonder will go away as you become more familiar with the world and the characters, but that's
we
just
like haven't seen any of the same kind of amazing giant, like all the cool temples and stuff from the first 3 seasons, all those amazing huge locales. We're not really seeing those. We didn't see a lot of Homeworld, which is a shame. I just think that. It's obviously for, like, budget constraint reasons and stuff like that, but because of it's kind of, I don't know, it's brought Steven Universe down a little bit as a show. I mean, I still think it's the best cartoon on TV right now that I can think of, but it's not quite the same caliber of goodness as the first 3 seasons, especially seasons 2 and 3, which are just tremendous.
Mm-hmm. I think we do need another. I mean, like, well, the last chunk we had, we got the zoo, which was like a crazy, weird location. But I think when the show inevitably does go to Homeworld more consistently, we will see more of that civilization and that structure.
Yeah.
But we haven't seen any of the. Like the temple in the Cheeseburger Backpack episode or anything like that.
Yeah, nothing like that. All of that, Giant Woman had its temples and stuff like that, and those were just amazing, beautiful. The one I always use is like a really good example of kind of having lost a little bit of the magic of Steven Universe is the sequence when Connie and Steven ride on the back of Lion for the first time in Rose's Scabbard, I think. And it's that beautiful set piece of them just riding across the ocean. It's all it's bright and colorful, and it's very Miyazaki, We don't really get anything like that in modern Steven, like in current Steven Universe.
Right.
And I feel like that kind of drains it of some of its magic. I mean, I understand that the plot and like the emotional punchy moments are supposed to be the most important thing, which I get, but, I definitely enjoyed the kind of action-adventure-y atmosphere instead of what we got now. Which is not, I mean, it's still not bad, don't get me wrong, but it's not quite the same.
I think we do need to go to, at some point, we need to go to a place.
Yeah, like
that is, like,
place.
impressive.
Yeah. Like the Shattered Palanquin for Pink Diamond was pretty in the last chunk of episodes. But we don't get to see it a lot, and it was just kind of a set. It was like a set. It wasn't really its own big magical thing, So, but I mean, otherwise, it's still good ass writing, and I think the writing in this little Stephen Bomb was tighter than the writing in the last season Bomb. So I'll let it go. I'll let it fly. LARS Redemption Arc pretty much saved all.
Yeah, LARS Redemption Arc is the name of the the game here.
Yeah, that's basically what it is. But let's do it. Let's get through these episodes real fast so we can get to LARS Redemption Arc.
Yeah. So the first one in the chunk was Lion 4 alternate ending.
Cute episode.
Really cute.
Very cute. Very helped humanize Rose a lot because it kind of you always get the sense that like Steven was supposed to be a boy, or like Steven is a boy for a reason. I don't know why, but then it turns out that no, it really was just the same old 50-50 chance, the same way as everybody else.
It's very good because like that episode where Steven first watches the video. Ever since then, we've gotten this notion that Rose knew that Steven would exist.
Right, that it would just be Steven.
Yeah, and that, like, she planned to have a boy named Steven, or to become one, and so, like, like Steven thinks, Rose had a plan for him.
Right. But it turns out, no, it really was just, like, any normal, like, as an example, my name, if I was a boy, it was going to be Tyler, instead of Sara. Just like any normal parents, they pick two names and then you wait and see what pops out, and so it's such a super humanizing moment for Rose. It completely
changes the context of the video in that it goes from being Steven, you have a destiny that you must accomplish, or I have a plan for you,
right,
that you will be extraordinary. And it changes it from that into no matter, like, seeing the Nora version is just, no matter what you are, you're going to be special because you're going to be you.
Yeah, it's not that I have some amazing destiny planned out for you. It's just that you're going to be amazing because you are going to be amazing, because you're going to be a person, you know? Like, that's beautiful. Shut up. And that's so beautiful.
Rose loves Rose loves humans so much that she thinks no matter what no matter what her child ends up becoming, they're going to be extraordinary.
It's beautiful. I love it.
It's it is.
It's amazing.
And we also got that little shot of Greg crying while he was watching it, which was so heartbreaking.
Poor Dad. You're so great. Just a sweet, it was just like a nice, you know, sweet little simple episode. There's not a lot to say about it beyond what's been said, but
but I did like, speaking of set pieces, I did really like that the door that the key opened had like collapsed away, so that the back was like Steven could have just walked around it and seen it. And I was like, that feels like such a video game set piece thing.
Yeah.
I've been playing Nier Automata, and like that whole like idea of unlock the door and it turns out that you can just walk around it feels like a weird Nier Automata thing.
Yeah, it does. It feels very it feels like a weird trippy, like a dreamy video game thing.
Yeah.
And I guess because in that way it just was that Steven was so fixated on like unlocking this thing and finding out. And really, like, the unlocking wasn't that important, you know? Like, none of this whole worrying about the destiny thing was that important. It's really just more like getting to understand your mom, who you never knew, a little bit better. Which is nice!
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It is, because, you know, and this is finally just, like, you know, one more answer that we've been waiting for, you know? Mm-hmm. And it turns out that the answer, even though the answer is just, like, it's... The answer being so simple is what makes it, I think, is even more satisfying than Steven having some kind of destiny, because like you said, it humanizes Rose more, and it makes her feel more like it brings her away from that mythical being that everyone else has been building her up to be.
Yeah, and it kind of brings her back down to like the person that Greg saw her as, which was just like kind of like a weird giant lady.
Yeah.
Who was just really excited to have a baby that she'd never get to meet. Oh, that's so sad. That's so sad. Rebecca Sugar, why?
So the next episode is one that I really loved, is Dugout.
Yeah!
Which
I love Connie's dad.
I love this episode because this episode, and I think a lot of Steven Universe, I feel like I feel like the staff of Steven Universe has watched a lot of cartoons and has gotten very frustrated with a lot of the plot lines they see. Yeah. And so they're doing this because, like, this episode is about Doug trying to show off to his daughter and her friend.
Right.
Like
I'm super cool.
Yeah, he wants to be the cool, you know, security guy, and he wants to be the cool cop, and he's got a flashlight, and...
disguises.
Yeah, and this feels like, you know, in any other cartoon, this would be like, well, Doug needs an ego boost because his wife is a top surgeon and his daughter and her friend go on magical adventures and fight things, and he's just a cop. And you could see another cartoon being like, oh, he's got a bruised ego and he wants to show off to impress his daughter. Right. But in this, the reality is that Doug just wants to show that Connie can rely on him.
Yeah. It's cute.
And that, you know, he wants to show off to her because he wants to make sure that, like, Connie can still appreciate him as a father.
Yeah, even though he is a little bit more mundane than, like,
cool
super surgeon mom and, like, cool world-saving badass daughter, you know? Like, he's just a guy, but, like, he's a nice guy. Voiced by Crispin Freeman, who I love hearing, and like I literally, the whole episode while we were watching it, I was texting you going like, I love Crispin Freeman's voice. And I love Crispin Freeman's voice because like usually because of like the nature of his voice, which is all very like, grr, I'm a badass. Because he does have a very badass voice. I mean, he plays Alucard for fuck's sake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, he always kind of plays like the cool, smooth sounding dude. And then like, when he plays, you know, Doug Maheshwaran, he's just like the coolest, nicest sounding guy ever.
It's
like,
one of those. The way he does the role is so unlike any other role that when you first hear his voice, it's that like, that sounds familiar, but I have no idea where I would have heard it from.
Right, and then it's like, oh, it's Crispin Freeman. Hi, Crispin Freeman. You are not sounding what I expected you to sound like. You sound so nice and happy. You usually don't sound happy in video games and TV shows and anime. You usually sound miserable or like a badass, one or the other. Basically what I'm saying is I really want Crispin Freeman to read me Goodnight Moon.
Of course.
I do. I want Crispin Freeman to read me Goodnight Moon. Because, like, he just sounds so nice and friendly in the Doug voice, and I just think he has, like, one of the most, like, nicest voices. I just love that Connie's mom and dad are Crispin Freeman and Mary Elizabeth McGlynn.
Right?
Who are, like, the two most prolific anime voice actors ever. Like, everybody knows their voices, because Mary Elizabeth McGlynn is the fucking Major, and she just plays, like, this side character surgeon mom.
I always think of, I close my eyes and I think of the Major screaming out, do you know how many kids come into my hospital with their faces cut off by swords?
Oh, you know, that just reminds me, Crispin Freeman is Tokusa. Right?
Yeah! Yeah, he is!
So it's just Tokusa and the Major as fucking Connie's just weird, normal-ass parents. And it's so great. Like, even Tokusa, who is just, like, normal-ass dad guy, you know? Like, even he has got, like, the Crispin Freeman badass voice. Yeah. You know what I mean?
He's got that grit to him. Even when he's, like, talking normally, he's still got that serious grit to him.
Because he's a cyberpunk badass cop guy. But, like... Doug just sounds like the doofiest dad guy ever, and I love it. Oh my god.
Doug, a guy who reloaded his flashlight.
I wonder if that was like a vague Togusa reference, because Togusa carries a revolver that also requires being reloaded every 5 shots, but I doubt it. I don't know.
I mean,
I can see it, because Rebecca Sugar is a huge weeb.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first blatant anime reference to appear in Steven Universe.
Right? Like, I could see it. I don't know. I mean, like, maybe that's a reach, but I'm gonna pretend.
I mean, considering they had a whole episode called Kiki's Pizza Delivery Service.
You're right, though!
They've had, like, 2 blatant Neon Genesis Evangelion references.
Yeah, I love watching Ava references crop up in really weird places, like regular show.
Yeah.
Have you seen that, by the way? Did I link you
Yes!
that? Okay.
That one's weird.
That one's really weird, but it's the best one. Boy, I love what weeaboos have become. I hope they keep taking over the industry. Anyways, next...
well, I just wanted to add one more thing to this because I fucking love Onion and how they're like, oh, it's all Onion's fault that all this crazy shit happened. And they're like, well, how did
nobody is surprised.
Yeah, how did he break the fence? Oh, Onion can use a blowtorch.
Yeah, I like this, Steven. I like Steven's tone where he's like, I have seen him use a blowtorch once or twice. And you're just like, yeah, okay, sure, that's Onion. Onion's fucking weird, and I'll never get over it. I think Onion's oddness is like the strangest thing in a very funny little cartoon show.
Yes. Okay, so the next one is The Good Lars.
Oh boy.
The first chapter in the LARS Redemption Arc.
LARS Redemption Arc begins now!
Which...
Even when Lars is being like a little shit kid in this episode, I was like starting to warm up to Lars.
Yeah!
You know? Like he's still a shitty little self the whole episode, but, like, it's more relatably shitty, where it's like, I love doing this kind of lame thing, and I don't want people to judge me for it. So, I don't know how to respond. And you're like, that's very 16, or however the fuck old they are.
Yeah, I don't, because, like, it's so vague how old these the kids are, like, cool kids, and Lars and Sadie are.
How old? Because her mom calls her an adult, but then again, my mom probably would have called me an adult, jokingly, at 16, so I don't know.
And Lars had a report card in the episode where Steven took over his body.
I can see them being, like, 18 or something, like seniors in high school, where you're kind of adults, but not really, and you still have to deal with report cards. I can see that.
But this was such, like, a nice episode to finally give Lars a little bit of humanizing in the way that makes him not completely irredeemable.
Yeah, I think this whole Lars Redemption arc happened because Rebecca Sugar took a step back from her show and said, boy, Lars is shit.
Yeah,
like I don't think she realized how much of a shit she had made him. And so she's like, we gotta find a way to fix this and make him less shit. And then they did, and it was great. Yeah,
they really did. Like, it's so nice, like, to see him finally, like, not freaking out because he's trying to impress them and he doesn't want to seem uncool, but, like, because it's such a relatable struggle to have, to be like, I like this thing, and I'm pretty sure that it will impress the people I'm trying to impress, but I don't know for sure.
Right,
and if this
I'm wrong,
doesn't,
I'm gonna feel like a total loser.
Yeah, exactly, and that's, like, such a humanizing thing to go through when you are a teenager or a young adult.
Right, yeah. You want to feel cool and accepted, but then, like, you kind of chicken out at the last minute and decide to, like, you know, say, fuck it, I'm gonna go home and play video games instead. Like, that's a very normal, and, like, even the episode, like, even during the episode before he does chicken out, when he's goofing off and making food with Sadie and Steven, is really cute. Like, it's a nice... Yeah. He's still kind of a shit kid Lars. Like, he's still acting like shit kid Lars, but it's in a more manageable way. Like, the way he acts, you're kind of like, oh, I see why Sadie likes hanging out with this guy, you know?
Yeah, you can kind of understand it a little bit more, rather than Sadie telling the audience that Lars can act pretty nice and they occasionally hang out and play video games together. Like,
and then you never
get to
see it.
Yeah, this time you get to see it, and then you also get that really good moment of Sadie, who is very antisocial, not antisocial, but, like, very awkward and less sociable, and, you know, Steven kind of ditching her with the cool kids to go find Lars, and then you come back to her and she's singing along, but she still looks very uncomfortable and, like, shy and just feeling out of place a little bit.
But you know, I love the bit at the end where she's like, she really likes the cool kids. She even says, like, she says what we've always been saying about the cool kids, is that the cool kids are genuinely cool, as in they're cool people. Like, they're nice people you'd actually want to know. Not that they're just, like, cool because they're the most popular kids in town or whatever. They're just cool.
And then they also had that little bit, which is really nice, when Sadie has to do the awkward thing of, I couldn't cook anything, so I just brought plates. And Sour Cream is like, oh, cool, now I don't have to do the dishes.
Yeah! That's so relatable. Like, you know, I can't cook. I'm usually the person at potlucks bringing plates and stuff, because I don't really know how to cook. But, like, you know, everything about that episode is this episode is so, like... For one, it's very 2017. Like, this is how millennials hang out. We don't we don't party. We throw potlucks, which I just think is great. That even Rebecca Sugar acknowledges that this is how we hang out now. I have been to several potlucks in the scope of my 20s. I've been to a Thanksgiving potluck, which was amazing. And you know, like, it's just those little things are kind of what helps you understand, like, the adults watching the show, the people our age watching the show will immediately go, oh yeah, I've done that before, you know, invited to a rando potluck, yeah, for sure. It's cute. It was just good. I love the bit at the end where Sadie finally, even though Lars is getting his badass redemption arc, she finally acknowledges, maybe I should just stop trying to fix Lars and worry about my own life. And that was so good, because God knows she's needed to say it since the beginning of this series.
You're right, yeah.
You know?
Like, it's just not healthy for her, and now she has new friends to hang out with who can actually more appreciate her.
And maybe when Lars finally gets back to Earth, he too will appreciate his badass not girlfriend, because Sadie is the fucking coolest. She still has her cool cheek scar. Come on.
I love that. I love the consistency.
That detail is still there, that they're just like, yeah, Sadie still has her cheek scar from way back in the day. It's cool, Sadie's cool. Sadie's like the coolest fucking character on the show. Yeah.
And then like the episode ends with like the most like, wait, what?
Like,
that was really cute. Oh my, it's like, that was really cute. Oh my god, no.
Technically, it ended like that on the last episode, and we didn't bring up that stinger.
Yeah.
But, this is the episode where you're like, oh god, no, everything has gone wrong, and then it gets even worse in the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Which is...
And the next episode, which is Are You My Dad?
Yeah! How about Aquamarine's great accent?
Oh my god!
I love her voice actor!
Oh, it's so good. Like,
she's such shit.
Aquamarine is that total, like, bratty half-pint character that you see in Cats Don't Dance.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, other, like, that character archetype is exactly the kind of villain that Steven Universe would be all, like, perfect.
Oh,
it fits perfectly in.
That's exactly what it is. It's just, again, Rebecca Sugar recycling tropes from her childhood. And one of them is the bratty, half-pint, know-it-all character with a snooty English accent.
Yeah.
But she has great lines, so it's fine.
It's so great.
She's so, she's fun. I mean, like, she's just such a little, teeny tiny little bitch. And it's actually a lot of fun, Like, I'm glad for it. But this is the beginning of Rebecca Sugar putting my sweet, poor, small son through hell yet again.
Yeah.
Why?
There's a lot of things in the episode that was like really great, and I think one of the ones that, like, even though it doesn't lead anywhere, I still love that it got brought up, which is, why is everyone so certain that Steven is the only half gem?
Yeah, I would like, it kind of makes sense if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because, like, the gems have run around the universe conquering all sorts of planets. It's obvious that, like, Earth is not the first planet that the homeworld has swarmed and harvested for parts. Are you really telling me that basically no other gem has ever fallen in love with, like, a species on that planet and then made a baby with it? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, it could be possible,
Yeah, and, even if it doesn't lead to anything, I still like that a character brought it up, because, it is a possibility.
Yeah, totally. That's the nice thing, is that it gets acknowledged. It's not like Steven is the most unique person in the universe. It's actually more like, he could just be one out of several, which is cool.
Yeah.
And Connie is great this whole episode and the next episode, because Connie is a badass.
Yeah.
Connie, this little, like, what? She's like 13, 12 or 13 now?
Yeah, she's a year younger than Steven.
So she's like 12 or something.
She's 13, because Steven's 14.
Oh, right. She's a badass. Like,
she's so great.
For her. She's the coolest. She can really legitimately fuck you up with that sword, which is awesome. Connie's the coolest. And then we'll get into Topaz in a minute, but boy, I love Topaz's ridiculous design.
I love how, like, she's just like a big rock.
She's just a big old rock, like, literally.
Yeah.
She's just a big rock.
And then, Amethyst just eating cans of beans.
Amethyst eating cans of beans, being Amethyst, is pretty good. Oh! Pearl making a sandcastle for baby sand crabs.
Yes!
The entire universe. I love my bird
mom. Oh my god!
I love my bird mom and Garnet making sand crab houses. That's cute. Oh, and Garnet just drawing herself when Steven describes Aquamarine. That's the next episode, I think. But
no, it was next episode. Yeah, but like, oh my god, that was so fucking.
Still, Oh my god. I love Pearl's little, oh, they like it. When
oh, that was so cute.
Oh, it's so good. I love that bird. Hey, Rebecca Sugar, when is the girl coming back? When is, cool, hot, pink-haired chick coming back? Because I really want Bird Mom to keep falling in love.
Because, like, I texted you, like, during the, line 4, like, is Nora the pink-haired girl? Is that, like, what it...
Is it a thing? No, it's not. It could have been, it would have been cool if it was a thing, but no.
Yeah.
But it's fine. Basically, I just want Pearl to keep finding love and happiness in an uncaring world. But what else happened this episode? Nothing I can think of, because we're getting into...
Yeah, this is the setup for the one, and like I did love Sour Cream and Steven trying to hash out where Onion could have gone, and it's like, did you check the vending machine? Yeah.
I like that he calls Sour Cream's weird little horror room his office.
Yeah.
You know? Like, oh yeah, sure, Sour Cream just has his own little murder room, and he calls it his office.
Did you check Onion's, like, secret hidden room? You mean his office? Yeah, he's not there.
Yeah, it was the first place I checked, or something like that.
Yeah, and then Barb, running off to check if packages got delivered.
Oh my god, I love Barb just being like, Mama's coming! Like, Barb is the best kind of, like, overbearing. She tries really hard, and I really like Barb as a character, even if she does, sometimes fuck things up by trying too hard, but you appreciate it. You're like, oh, Barb, you're just trying,
Greg had that great line in the pink-haired, in the Mystery Girl episode, where he's like, Barb's not a woman of vital threats. And the screen gets dark for a second.
It's so true, too. So yeah, but basically all of this is set up for the next handful of episodes, which begin with, what's next?
With, I Am My Mom.
I Am My Mom. So Are You My Dad and I Am My Mom. Or the Let's Keep Hurting Steven Power Hour. Why are you doing this to me, Rebecca Sugar? Leave my poor tiny son alone. He tries, okay?
Yeah.
Stop hurting him and his friends. Why can't everybody just be happy forever?
Like, first off, like, amazing callback to the episode with Steven rattling off human names to Peridot.
Oh my god, right? Who expected that?
Like, thinking that was, like, the Yellow Diamond thinking that was a list of types.
Yeah.
And, like, that was
makes
so
sense because
great.
they only see gems as, like, their specific, Peridot is one of many Peridots. Pearl is one of many Pearls. They don't have their own unique names and stuff. They are just a type of a gem, Mm-hmm. So they just thought, Yellow thought that a Connie is a type of a gem type person, or a sour cream, or
an onion, I think.
Yeah, that's what I meant. An onion, whatever.
Onion, I think.
I'm feeling my wine.
That's okay.
And and a Connie, and again, Connie gets to be the coolest. Connie's cool.
She's so great. Like,
she's cool.
This episode was so scary.
It's scary. It really is. There's the part where it's like, oh, Topaz is about to crush poor Jamie's skull, and everyone's like, oh my god, what is going on?
And I thought like, this is the scariest thing to ever happen. And then I remembered Eyeball pulling a knife on Steven. So I'm like, this is the second scariest thing to happen in Steven Universe.
Yeah, getting almost shanked in the gut by a little goblin ruby is pretty bad. But second badness is the threat of Jamie having his skull crushed.
Yeah.
Like, chill the fuck out, Rebecca Sugar. I am a 28-year-old woman, and you instilled like existential horror into me. Just everything about this whole this episode leading up to what Steven does. And again, fucking Lars kind of has a relapse where again I'm just like, I hate you, Lars.
Yeah.
When he chickens out and runs away.
Yeah. Watching him cowered out like that and then, abandoning Sadie.
Yeah. That's pretty bad. Because I was like, man, Lars, I was really starting to feel for you in the good Lars, and then you pull this shit, and I'm like, never mind. I take it back. I take it all back. You're just a shit. So, but again, LARS Redemption Arc. It's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's happened. Like, it was a necessary step to get the redemption arc.
Yeah, in place. Exactly. And Alexandrite.
Yeah, the return of Alexandrite, which gets immediately chumped.
Yeah, immediately shut down, but it's fine.
Yeah, but that's just like, holy shit, Aquamarine is scary.
Aquamarine has, Pearl does mention that it's a big deal that they sent an Aquamarine, and I guess that's why, because Aquamarines have really hacks powers. And, but it was cool. That's a very, logical way to get a ship from taking off. We can't make a spaceship. We'll just grab it with Alexandrite's giant mom hands.
We'll just physically stop it from leaving.
Yeah, that works. That's fine. I just mentioned it a little bit, but the whole bit with Sadie and Steven fighting the Topazes was pretty cool.
Yeah!
Because, again, just they have such a fun... Like, they have a lot of good chemistry and fight choreography so that they can just work with each other even while Steven is kind of freaking out. It was just good.
Yeah.
It was a nice, the show needed a little bit more action set pieces. So they did good with that. All in all, good show. Good episode. Yeah.
Really, what a cliffhanger. Like, what a ending where, Steven just lets everyone else, they get everyone else off the ship and Steven just goes.
Steven's going to fucking Homeworld. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. I guess. Oh my god. The just the whole bit of the fact, I don't know, there's just something very foreboding about, Steven's finally going to Homeworld. You know what I mean?
And any time that Steven Steven has been very conflicted about his status of his relationship with Rose. And he's always been struggling with carrying on her legacy, and to see him immediately try to act like Rose and to take the blame for her actions shows how desperate he is.
Yeah, exactly, because he doesn't want to be Rose, he wants to be Steven. But in this case, pretending to be Rose is the only option.
Yeah.
And so it's that last desperate act, even though it means hey, you're kind of dooming yourself, kid. There is no, if things hadn't turned out the way they did, you basically would have been boned, Yeah.
It's so, it's just rough, and
it's the beginning of a pretty interesting little arc of arc, so yeah.
So the next one is the actual beginning of the LARS Redemption Act.
Woohoo!
Which is Stuck Together.
Stuck Together is a good-ass episode, even if a few times in the episode I wanted to reach through that screen and smack Lars in the teeth. But I do appreciate Steven finally losing his temper with Lars and be like, what the hell is wrong with you? Because I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah. And seeing him, actually getting bummed out and putting himself down for, finally owning up to his shortcomings.
Yeah.
And even though he did start off really mopey about it, again, that's a necessary breakthrough to actually becoming a better person.
Yeah. And Topaz.
Oh my god, I've never turned around so quickly on a gem than Topaz, and seeing her go from being this stoic, completely silent rock that you first assume is just there to do Aquamarine's bidding.
Right.
And then having her, talk about her being fused and
she doesn't know what she would do without the other Topaz. Oh, man.
And, oh.
She was so great. Just her so cute.
Oh, it was so, heartbreaking to hear her, talk about that and to sympathize with them. And,
She's so adorable.
They were so close.
I know, but you can't leave, Lars finally had a backbone. He's not gonna leave Steven behind, you know, like, and bail on him like he did on Sadie. But still,
like, yeah, and Aquamarine being, like, threatening to shatter her.
Oh, I know. Oh, so sad. And poor Topaz. Poor Topaz knowing she can't fight back, so she just has to relent and she's just such a fun, endearing. She's just so instantly. I've said 1,000 times, and I'll keep saying it. Damn it! Steven's magic power is not his shield; it's his like crazy high charisma stat.
Right? Yeah, it's his ability to make friends.
Instantly. Steven Universe could make friends with, I was gonna say with a rock, but that's technically what he's been doing this whole show.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Steven Universe makes friends with rocks, so anybody can be friends with Steven. And just by being his usual honest and open self, and just the whole conversation between him and Lars was so good. Yeah. Like, that voice acting is so fucking good. It was so, like, emotional and spot on, and Steven's acting was just amazing. Just the whole, like, all the line I mean, like, this is such a techie thing, but the line reading was so good.
And the whole thing where Steven, like, where Steven admits that he's scared, and that, like, he's, like, all this stuff that happens is not something that he thinks is exciting. You know, he's not doing this to go on adventures. Like, he's also terrified of what's going to happen, and Lars isn't alone in that. Right,
and he's just so, like, I don't know, all of that whole conversation just felt very, like, it's really, it's nice that Steven kind of has a friend in somebody who can, like, tell him straight to his face that, yeah, dude, sometimes things just kind of suck. Because, like, all of his other friends are the type of people who would kind of, you know, be gentle about it, you know, try to sugarcoat things. There's the moms, there's Amethyst, you know, Connie and all them. They would all try to be, you know, let him down gentle. But sometimes it's just nice to have a friend who can look you in the eye and be like, no, everything kind of sucks, dude. You're fine.
Yeah.
You know? Like, that's really nice. That's kind of what Lars is, and just the whole, I don't know, it was nice to just hear Steven acknowledge that he wants a friend like that, somebody who's really, like, real with him, and it was just so nice.
it was again, it was very surprising to see, like, I was, like, completely, like, stunned to be like, oh my god, I'm sympathizing with Lars now.
Lars Redemption Arc!
This is happening!
Lars Redemption Arc is happening! I never thought it would happen. I literally never thought, I mean, I should have known Rebecca would find a way to make me like Lars, to make everybody come around on the whole cast, but I still didn't expect it. I was still like, oh, man, you're actually making me like Lars right now. Okay, sure. I'll go, sure, Rebecca, I'll go with it. Let's see where this goes. And by the end of it, I was starting to just love this terrible little shit kid. So yeah, good job, Rebecca. I hate you.
And then, so, the next episode is the big one.
Yes.
Yeah, the trial.
You mean Stephen Wright, or Stephen Wright? That's exactly it. Yeah. Yes, Stephen Wright, Ace Attorney.
Zircon Wright, Ace Attorney.
Zircon Wright, Ace Attorney. I mean, that's literally what Zircon was just...
She was even blue!
She was even blue! Come on! She was blue. She had her objections. She had her crazy bullshit moment where she's just spitballing ideas.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, she's like even doing that Phoenix Wright thing where she's like, you could be the murderer! You could be the murderer! And then she's like, I got carried away.
I was like, Rebecca is going to put in a finger point, isn't she? And I'm surprised they didn't put one in.
It is a shame we did not get a Stephen Wright finger point. How do you miss that? Did I just say Stephen Wright again?
Stephen Wright is not a Phoenix Wright character or a Steven Universe character.
I'm fine.
It's a different person.
Look, shut up. I expected a finger point. Yeah. I almost fucked that sentence up again. I was
Yeah.
trying to say Phoenix Wright finger point, and I was about to say finger right.
Oh my god. We're tired, but it's fine.
It's fine. I'm tired. I'm fine. It's fine. I think Yellow Diamond did it.
I think Yellow Diamond was up to some shit.
Yellow Diamond got too mad at the implication.
I don't know if she herself did it, but I think someone in her entourage, she might have put the order out for someone in her entourage to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like some shit was up. I feel like Yellow Diamond she's not quite as, like, devastated as Blue, who, by the way, I love, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But her level of devastation is not quite the same as Blue, and she got real mad when Zircon was like, maybe one of the diamonds did it, and then she immediately started trying to obliterate everything.
Yeah.
Like, Yellow, hey, are you covering something up?
Right? And, like, this whole episode was great because, again, we finally get some light shed on what exactly happened, or at least, like, what was spread around Homeworld as what happened.
Yeah, how about it was a sword?
Yeah.
That was a big moment.
You and I were like, wait,
what?
No,
Wait, what?
Can't
it couldn't have been a sword because the sword doesn't shatter gems.
Yeah, because, like, Bismuth specifically says that Rose's sword was designed to not shatter. It was only designed to poof.
Yeah, all I can think is that she had a sword before the sword, like Connie's sword. But, like, I don't know. Something just seems kind of fishy.
Or it was that. Again, Rose. I think I have to go rewatch Bismuth maybe to figure it out for sure. But I think Rose only had her sword. Like that was her weapon of choice, and so that's what just got spread around Homeworld is that Rose Quartz killed Pink Diamond with a sword because everyone saw her go into battle with a sword.
Yeah.
But the truth is that Homeworld didn't know that her sword is only designed to poof, not to kill.
Yeah, it seems like nobody actually saw it happen. Like, Eyeball says she saw it happen, but nobody seems to have any facts straight, so nobody seems to really know it's basically a Phoenix Wright case. Where the accused was in the other country.
Yeah, like Eyeball and Jasper both were adamant that it was Rose Quartz.
Right.
And, like, to the point where, like, she, like, Zircon even mentions that, like, this was done in full view in front of her palanquin. Like,
yeah.
Like, how?
Court? But how?
Yeah. How could Rose Quartz get past all of her entourage and kill her on the steps of her palanquin? Like, how?
It doesn't make any sense. Like, none of it adds up. It's like a murder mystery all of a sudden.
And yet the entirety of Pink Diamond's entourage claims to have seen it happen.
Right.
Like the whole thing hinges on everyone seeing Rose Quartz shatter Pink Diamond. Like, this whole thing depends on that.
Yeah.
It's so, like, we've always taken it for granted, and we've always been led to believe that, Rose Quartz, this woman who believed in peace and believed in life and found it precious, was pushed to the edge and forced to shatter her leader.
Yeah.
We've always been led to believe that, but we can't. The facts
just muddles
don't.
The story even more.
Yeah, the facts don't make sense, and, like, the fact that Steven, like, doesn't understand the full details of what Homeworld thinks happened is what led to this, and it's just like.
And there's fucking Zircon basically pulling a fucking Phoenix Wright, just coming up with bullshit theories on the spot and hoping for the best.
Yeah, wait a minute, and then doing, like, you can just imagine her doing the resonance thing.
Yeah,
where, like, it goes into her mind and it plays the song and she's working out the details.
Yeah. It's so great. But I do want to say, I adore Blue Diamond. I love Blue Diamond. I don't care that she's one of the big bads. She is just, I mean, her voice is, like, great. I don't know, I like the way she talks. You said once she kind of reminds you of, like, a weird Dark Souls boss encounter, which I can get behind. Just her whole, the fact that her emotions are so overpowering that when they, they're in, like, full force, like, all of the blues in basically everybody in the court starts crying.
Yeah!
Because Blue Diamond's emotions are such, like, a crazy, overwhelming force of nature in their own way. That was really, I mean, it's just amazing. I don't know, everything about, like, her design, just her atmosphere and her attitude, the fact that she is very confrontational. I don't know, she's just a lot more fun than, I mean, Yellow is interesting, sure, but Blue is, like, a really more fleshed out character. Yellow right now is just evil 80s business lady with shoulder pads.
For sure. And, like, and Blue, like, the fact that, it was Yellow who, and I guess it makes sense if Yellow did it, the reason why she wants to get out of the trial so quickly, but, like, Blue answers because she needs to understand.
She wants closure. I mean, Pink was her sister. She wants closure about what happened to her sister. She wants to understand why she had to die and how it happened. Because she doesn't know what happened. She has no idea what really went down, and she needs to hear it from Rose Quartz's mouth. She wants to hear the reason why and how. And, I don't know, I just really like that. I think that was just really, she's just more fleshed out than Yellow. And because of that, she has very strong emotions about losing her sister and all of this. So, I really look forward, hopefully, to Steven winning over a diamond. That's basically that's endgame is Steven in the universe winning over Blue Diamond as, like, please be my friend, amazingly giant woman.
Yeah, exactly. Like, that feels like something inevitable in the last season, like 3 episodes before the finale.
Right.
Is
Steven making friends with the diamond, specifically Blue Diamond.
And can we talk for just 1 second about how fucking extra their entrance was?
Boy, right? How about that fucking drama shit where they just pop in like they're fucking voguing and like, they're doing like goddamn poses when they show up with Yellow doing like a power pose and Blue has dramatically got her head on her shoulder, just like like
how fucking extra can you be?
You ladies need to chill the fuck out, but also don't, because I love it.
That's like they planned that before teleporting in. They're like, okay,
I'm gonna stand like
I'm gonna stand like this. Yeah, I'm gonna stand like this, and you can like lean over a bit like this and turn over here. Yeah, okay, perfect.
Put your head on my shoulder. Put your head on my shoulder. Yeah, this looks awesome. Like asking their pearls. Good. Yeah, like asking their pearls. Does this look awesome? Oh yes, of course, my diamond. And then they're like, fuck it, hit the teleport button, pearls. And then they pop in and they're both just like fucking fabulous. Like, I love the diamonds. They're so extra. At least the 2 we've known. And then there's that whole really ominous silhouette statue of white in that one parting shot of Steven falling to the surface of Homeworld, or Steven and Lars falling to the surface of Homeworld, in the Palanquin. That was pretty wild. That was pretty crazy. I can't wait to see what White Diamond looks like. They need to stop teasing it and just fucking show me.
Yeah, I cannot wait to see what she is like. And I love that they brought Lars in and they're like, look, this is what Rose Quartz betrayed us for?
Yeah, and it's just this screeching goblin child who can't be heard because he's got a fishbowl on his head.
Just this weird monkey boy.
This weird monkey child with his horrible scree. Yeah, it was great. I mean, it was just for being such a dramatically, for being such a dramatic moment where it's like Steven Universe confronts the Diamonds, it was actually kind of fun just because of the whole courtroom setting, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how about, like, I'm glad Eyeball's okay.
I guess,
yeah. I do like when Steven is like, I healed you! And she's like, yes, see? Just like the villainous Rose Quartz.
Quartz would, yeah. I was trying to help you. Oh, Steven.
I always love that, like, they get Ruby's voice actress, like, when she's doing Eyeball, how, like, growly and irritated she has to be for every line.
She sounds so ridiculous doing it. It's really funny. I like Eyeball being like, you hurled me into space because you were trying to shank me, you horrible little goblin. You know? You were literally trying to disembowel me with your awful eyeball knife. You need to shut up. Yeah. But I mean, it was just like, it was a weirdly fun episode for being dramatic, and I liked it.
It was exactly like a Phoenix Wright case, which is, oh, this is funny and also really tense.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm also crying. Why is this happening?
Yeah.
So yeah. But they fall to Homeworld, and that sends us into the true beginnings of Lars Redemption Arc.
Yeah. Off Colors, which introduces a whole bunch of pure, beautiful angels that are lovely.
I can't decide if I like Padparasha or Giant Grandma, wormstone thing.
Fluorite? Yeah.
Fluorite. I think I like Grandma Rock the most, but I love Padparasha.
I love Padparasha so much because, like, every time she has her vision, it's hilarious.
It's amazing! It's so funny. Poor Padparasha. She tries so hard. Her design is so cute too. Like, yeah. I don't know. She's like the Daisy to Sapphire's Peach.
Oh my god, that's exactly it. She is the Princess Daisy.
She's Daisy.
Oh, that's so cute.
She's adorable, right? She's just so... She's just doofy, and she doesn't really seem to have any good power, and she's just fun. And the conjoined twins gem, whose name I can't...
Rutile. I haven't pulled up on the... I haven't pulled up because, I also forgot, and I want to make sure I get them right.
There's a lot of names. There was a lot of new rock names to try and remember, and I'm not good at it. I only remember Padparasha because it's such a mouthful.
Yeah. It's Padparasha is the little sapphire, and then Fluorite is Grandma. Rutile is the conjoined twins, and Rhodonite is the other fusion.
She looks kind of like... I thought she was going to be a type of Sardonyx because her design reminds me so much of Sardonyx with the very narrow waist and the forearms and stuff like that. I thought, that's a Sardonyx, but no.
She looks like a fusion, which is weird because Garnet is part of Sardonyx, but she looks like a fusion of Sardonyx and Garnet.
Yeah, I do see that though with the big hair. And yeah. Like, I get it. I do totally feel you. But yeah, just I think Fluorite was my favorite though, just because we haven't seen like a fun old lady gym.
Yeah.
And she's just this old slow grandma, and it's a lot of fun. You know, she's cute.
She is big worm grandma.
Really, just when she first showed up, it was like, oh my god, giant grandma.
Yeah, like. We've never seen a gem design that didn't look humanoid like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's very alien looking, even compared to the conjoined twins. Rutile. I'll get it eventually.
Yeah, Rutile, yeah.
She's very alien looking, even compared to Rutile in them. So yeah, it was she's just a big old glowworm. She's just a glowworm.
Yeah. You know? And this is the first... Like, this is it. This is the Lars Redemption Arc, because...
It begins here.
Holy shit. Like,
oh my god.
Lars
Rebecca
finally
Sugar.
Stepping up.
Rebecca Sugar, did you actually kill a 19-year-old boy?
Yeah.
You did it.
I didn't know it was going to happen.
I did not expect Rebecca Sugar to actually fucking kill one of her characters like that.
Because it's like, you're rooting for him the whole time, and because he's finally stepping up, and he's finally doing it, and he's protecting people. That part where he jumps in front of Rhodonite.
Rhodonite? Yes!
Yeah, to block her gems. It's like, oh, that's so perfect.
Good! It's so good! It's so amazing.
Taking down the Robonoid by smashing it with the stalactite thingy.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good. And then...
She fucking kills him?
Yeah, and then...
that! Oh my god!
He's dead, dead.
Dead!
No heartbeat.
No, nope, that is a dead kid in my cartoon show.
He's not poofed, he's not, it's not quote unquote shattered, which is the G-rated version of killing someone, but this is a human boy who is now dead.
Now is actually dead, dead. Oh my god, Rebecca Sugar, you finally did it. You finally went there. And then you turned him into a magical girl, and it was great. You made him pink. Oh my god.
Yeah,
oh my god.
Because I seriously was I thought because we've never seen Steven actually bring anything back to life like that. We didn't know that was possible. So it's did Rebecca redeem Lars and then kill him?
Instantly kill him off? Oh my god. That feels like a very Rebecca Sugar move, though, because again, this is the woman responsible for Chubby Mary in space.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised. If she did it, if she had just killed Lars like that, I'd be shocked, but I'd also be like, yes, that sounds like Rebecca Sugar for sure.
I was thinking characters have died in children's cartoons before.
Right?
It is a subject that is not, totally taboo, but
still...
I never expected it for a show like this, because the most we get is they get, poofed and bubbled, like what happened with, Bismuth.
Yeah, even, Bismuth is bubbled, and even the fucking, the big thing, the big thing underneath the earth, whose name I'm so...
Oh, the cluster.
The cluster, thank you. Even the cluster was bubbled. It wasn't destroyed. They couldn't even kill the giant monster lurking under the surface of the earth,
but I mean, with Bismuth, it's Steven dealt with that guilt as if he had to kill her.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, but even though it wasn't, you still got that same emotion from it. But this is Lars was dead.
No, Lars was dead. Like rest in pieces, buddy. Oh my god! I just didn't expect it. I did not expect Rebecca Sugar to actually go there, but I'm kind of glad she did because it was such a moment, Mm-hmm. Plus, Pink Lars looks fucking awesome.
He does look really good. Really
cool.
I wish that they weren't underground because I want to see him in proper lighting.
Yeah.
But, it still looks like his white hair it's a good look for him.
It's cool. Pink skin, white hair, badass scar? Shut up.
Yeah, his scar is good.
Badass scar?
That's a good
Lars.
scar.
You look like a badass now. You're going to show up on Earth and Sadie's just going to throw herself at you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We also got to give credit to Lars trying by using Jurassic Park logic.
The funny thing is, if Steven hadn't had his gem, it would have worked.
Yeah, it would have. He would have thought that that's how it worked, but yeah.
Yeah. But because Steven had his gem, it did not work that way.
Mm-hmm.
It was just so... gosh, it was so good.
So there's one more episode, and then that's it for this one, which is Lars's head.
Head.
The completion of the Lars Redemption arc. And the beginning of the Lars Rescue arc.
Yeah! The Lars is a fucking badass arc where he doesn't even, it's so cool. He doesn't even, he's basically a portal to Homeworld for just Steven now, which is amazing. But yeah, man.
again, this also gives us more answers to questions that we've had for a while, which is, what is Lion?
Lion is a lion that died and became lion.
Yeah, like, it's the same thing happened to one of Rose's lions back in the day, where it died, she mourned it, and then cried upon it, and it came back to life and became pink.
And it was a big pink lion now, and it's a big, mysterious, weird thing. That's what Lion is.
So, guess what, guys? It's not Rose. It's not like a weird reincarnation of Rose. That theory is finally dead.
Thank you, God. It's not Pink Diamond. It's not Rose. It's just a dead lion that got brought back to life. I like Lars freaking out that he thought he was a zombie.
Yeah. And then also the off-colors are like, no, you're fine. What's a zombie?
Yeah. And Steven's like, well, if you were a zombie, you wouldn't have a heartbeat. And it's just like, bump. Bump.
And also he's not hungry anymore, which...
Yeah.
Which is...
strange.
It's unclear if, like, is he a part... gem now, or is he something different entirely?
Is he? I guess he'd be like. I wonder if it's just like, kind of like holding something in stasis. You know, like he's not quite alive. He's not quite dead, so he kind of is a zombie. Sorry, Lars.
He's like a revenant, kind of.
I guess.
That's a ghoul.
That's the sound of you and I making big shrugs. Just
like he's not a shambling corpse zombie, but is he like a Zuvembi, like the Haitian voodoo type,
right?
Where they're still like a bit sentient, or
who knows?
Like,
but all I do know is that Lars got to be a cool guy. He finally acted like a cool guy, where he's like, "No, you got to go home." And I will leave with these gems, and eventually we'll have Grandma Gem on Earth, which is going to be great.
Yeah, which like very impressive of Lars to be like, no, all of you go and I'll just stay here.
Right. But no, then the other off-colors won't leave him behind, which is so beautiful. Did Lars just get his own set of weirdo crystal gems? I think he did.
Like, I'm very interested to see how this goes down. Like, and you know what I really loved? I don't know if this was intentional or not, but the part where, like, when Lars is like, no, Steven, go home, and I'll stay here with the off-colors, and he leans over to let Steven in, and it's set up so that it looks like he's bowing to Steven.
Like a knight bowing. Yeah, he's totally doing, like, the knight's bow, where he's on one knee. Yeah, I totally thought that too when I saw it. Like, it was the first thing that came to mind, because, like, the whole idea that Rose's Rose's court were kind of like her own knights. I mean, obviously with Pearl, it was very
explicit. Yeah,
it was very explicit. But yeah, it was just it's this neat idea that it's kind of like Steven is building his own army of best friends.
That's what I'm thinking this is leading, because I'm pretty sure we only have one, like, we're on season 4 right now. Like, we just started season 4. I think I heard a rumor, or this was actually confirmed, I don't know for sure, but, no, we're on season 5 right now, actually. We're on 5.
Yeah, this is the beginning of 5. Yeah. We're like 3 episodes into season 5 or something like that.
Yeah, I think we're only getting 6 seasons.
I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. Everything has to end eventually, and we are kind of like hurtling toward the end, you know?
I think what this is leading to is, like you said, like, I think this is Steven building up his own new army.
Yeah, of, like, bestie friends, and it's eventually, God willing, going to end in Steven being like, Blue Diamond, be my friend! Yeah. You know?
Either way, this is leading towards the revival of Rose's rebellion. Yeah. To finally... However, Steve, like, it was very clear Rose's method was war. Yeah. So, I'm curious to see how Steven's army that he's slowly building up will handle this, because it's not like him to do war. Like,
right, I mean, he's like a 13, 14-year-old kid, you know? Yeah. Like, no.
I always think back to the line that Greg had, I think in the Last One Out, or the episode where they were evacuating Beach City, where he's like, no such thing as a good war, kiddo.
Good war, kiddo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't think it'll be a war. I don't know what it'll be. I mean,
Yeah.
I really don't know how this is all going to end. Like, I don't know how it's all going to wrap up.
Yeah.
I don't know how to put a neat little bow on it.
Yeah, I can't conceive of what endgame is. How do you deal with the threat of a warmongering race like the Gems?
Yeah.
How do you deal with a planet like Homeworld to get them away from Earth without like fighting them?
Right? Like, I really don't know how that ends. I do like with this episode, like with this current episode and the episode before, we get an idea of what Homeworld has kind of done to itself, because you can just see the scope of the kindergartens. You know, they are surreal. You know what I mean?
Though the mountain, or the caves, have been almost completely hollowed out. Any available space has been drilled into to convert to make a gem.
Yeah, so it's not like and all of the space above ground is converted into like their living space. It's where they inhabit. I don't know what a gem does when they live somewhere, but you know.
We've kind of we've only seen very brief glimpses of what Homeworld looks like, and you can tell that it used to be a place of decadence.
Yeah, it used to have. We can see like the old statues and stuff when Steven and Lars fall to the surface.
Not that it's like a post-apocalyptic setting or that it's being run down, but that it's become so crowded and so militarized that you can see where it used to be about opulence and beauty.
Like a place to actually live.
Yeah, and then became a military breeding ground.
Yeah. So, like, I don't know. I don't know what the end game is, because it seems like Homeworld is kind of boxed. Like, the only way for the gems to expand now is to keep harvesting other planets. But, like, I don't know. I don't know what the end game here is. So, we'll see.
Because it's also very interesting because, like, we've seen that, like, we've seen, like, earlier here, we've seen, crap, what's her name? The yellow gem we just saw. Which one was it? The one that was in the most recent episodes. Topaz, yeah, sorry. I completely blanked on her name. Yeah,
that's
Topaz.
Totally fine. There's a lot of rock names to remember.
Yeah. Topaz, like, befriending Steven and Lars, and then leaving. We also saw something similar with the other amethysts.
Yeah.
In the zoo, like, befriending our amethyst and leaving. And these are very clear, because Rebecca Sugar never truly abandons things like this. Like, this is a show that doesn't leave things as they are. It will revisit concepts that you thought maybe were concluded, but not entirely. And it will come back to...
Rebecca Sugar went to the Eiichiro Oda School of Storytelling.
Yeah, nothing is ever truly forgotten. And
you ever drop a plot thread, ever. Yeah, if it can be used down the line in 10 years, by God, you use it. That's the Eiichiro Oda Storytelling School.
So I'm really interested in seeing that, if, like, will the amethysts come back in some degree, like,
please, because I love the amethyst.
I really do think that, like, this building up into an army that Steven is building, you know, basically just fill the barn, fill the barn up to the brim.
Please,
at this point,
please give Lapis and Peridot so many new friends that Lapis will hate. You know,
I mentioned this to you while we were watching the episodes, but, like, I want Lapis to bully the fuck
out of Aquamarine.
Like, I just want that so badly. I want Aquamarine to just get bullied to no end.
To just get owned constantly by Lapis. Because, like, Lapis is just so over her little bubbling magic, you know?
Yeah.
Because Lapis can command oceans, you know? Like, whoop-de-freaking-do. You've got a bubble.
I want Lapis to do the thing where she puts her hand on Aquamarine's head and just holds her back while Aquamarine flails helplessly.
Yes, please. Oh my god. Yeah. And now we have to wait.
Now we have to wait, and that's because, like we said in the beginning, this is such a good chunk of episodes for so many reasons. Not only is it funny and quirky, but we finally got some answers out of everything, and we got some rock solid character development and some more exploration of a lot of themes here. And one of the things I always bothered me is people there's never any answers in Steven Universe, but we get them. It just, we don't get the, here is the shocking truth behind blank. We get bits and pieces as time goes on, and that builds up into a conclusion.
Yeah, it builds up into answers and to filling in the plot holes and telling you, well, this is why this happened. It's not, Rebecca Sugar doesn't treat the audience like they're stupid. The fact is this show is still a show for children. And Rebecca Sugar doesn't treat the kids watching the show like they're dumb. She doesn't need to be sit them down and explain the plot. This is why this happened, kids. Yeah. She just gives them the information and says, piece it together yourself. I trust you're all smart enough to figure it out.
Yeah.
But apparently some of the adult people who watch this show fucking aren't.
I don't know what they want. Do they want 5 episodes after the tape comes out that Greg just tells them what the tape was about?
Right?
Is that what you wanted? Or did you want to have Steven work out his issues with his mom first, and this ultimately leads up to learning that no, his mom didn't have a grand plan for him. Yeah. She didn't have a goal in mind. This wasn't on purpose. She was just excited to create a life.
Yeah.
And so that's...
I do want a flashback episode, though.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I would like a flashback episode. I feel like the further and further along we get, the less likely a flashback episode is, but I really would like a flashback episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
But or this with the homeworld with the pink or rose quartz shattering pink diamond thing. No, we didn't get answers this time, but we got a new perspective on it, which is way more intriguing than the trial ending with, and then this is the truth of how it happened, where we have a question answered, which is, did rose quartz shatter pink diamond? Well, maybe not.
Yeah.
Now there's a whole new perspective on this. How will this be solved? Well, we'll have to keep watching, and it'll piece itself together.
Yeah, eventually you'll have all the answers by the time the show is out, hopefully, God willing.
I recently rewatched that Sherlock Sucks and Here's Why video.
Yeah.
By what's his name? The British guy. And Steven Universe does Steven Universe does the opposite of what Sherlock does, which is Sherlock keeps hammering away at questions and then never gets back to them at all.
Yeah.
Steven Universe gives you a ton of questions, and then every so often will give you another piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
And that will change your perspective on what the initial question was. The question itself changes over time.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that. And eventually it kind of culminates in an understanding,
Yeah. You
and
don't get the... You go ahead.
Maybe the answer... maybe it's not an answer. Maybe it's just kind of an understanding of why something happened or why it had to happen, It's not about, destiny for Steven. It's about, your mom was just excited to have you, and she was excited that you were going to be a person. It doesn't have to be some big thing.
Steven Universe doesn't deal in dramatic reveals. It deals in understanding.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what the whole show is about.
The culmination of Greg and Pearl's animosity towards each other was not a dramatic weeping moment between the two of them. Mm-hmm. It was just them having a conversation and finally starting to connect over the fact that they're both mourning the same person. Mm-hmm. And they've spent a lot of time picking at each other when they're both going through the same thing. And it was not a dramatic swelling of tension coming to a head. It was them talking. It was
Yeah.
It was them having a polite conversation for once.
Yeah, that's like basically what all of Steven Universe is about. It's about like, man, you know, if you can just talk to these, you know, to the people that you're against, or the people you don't understand, maybe you can understand them. You know, like I like that. I don't know. I think that's good. I think it's a good story, and it's certainly a good message for children.
Exactly.
Because again, this is still a show for children. Remember. Yeah. I think a lot of people forget that Steven Universe is still a show for children, so there's still a thing to teach you. And in this case, it's that, you know, you can resolve your problems through conversation and through understanding. Yeah. And it's nice. It's good. It's good job, Rebecca. You know?
So, like, I'm really excited to see what the next batch of episodes will give us.
Whenever it comes out.
Yeah, whenever that finally happens. I mean, I know there was a trailer that was revealed at San Diego Comic-Con, but as of the time we're recording, it's not publicly available yet. Maybe.
Way to go, Cartoon Network. You know, Disney XD has all of their SDCC trailers up already. So maybe you should take a fucking page out of their book and stop ruining everything. God.
I saw the DuckTales teaser. Like, hey, why don't you do that? How about show us things immediately?
So that people can get excited for them.
Yeah.
I know that's a crazy idea, but you should probably try to promote your most popular show. I know.
I couldn't go to Comic-Con. That doesn't mean I should be deprived of the material.
Nope, not according to Cartoon Network. According to Cartoon Network, you are not good enough because you couldn't pay the $1,500 fucking dollars it costs to do Comic-Con these days.
One day I will go to Comic-Con.
I would never go to I would literally rather have my leg caught in a bear trap than go to Comic-Con. I don't like the idea of being crammed into a convention hall. I don't even like going to normal human-sized cons because I don't like people. So the idea of going to a fucking convention with like 300,000 sweaty nerds like rubbing against my body because we're in like a tight space. Ew! No! Ew! Ew! No, I would never go to Comic-Con ever. Ever. You go. I hope you go. I hope you go for your fucking honeymoon, Benjamin. I hope your honeymoon is Comic-Con and it'll be beautiful. And you can send me pictures, and I will live vicariously through you the way I'm living vicariously through my brother's children, but I will never go. But I hope you live that dream, my dude, and I will live that dream through you, because I will never, ever, ever go to Comic-Con. You have to wait all day to just get into a panel these days. You literally, this is just totally off topic, but whatever. You literally, to just get into, you have to pick a panel, you have to just pick one, and then you have to sit in line all day and not do anything else at the con so you can get into that panel. You have to wait for like 6 hours to get into a single panel these days. Hell no.
It's like those like booths at E3 or PAX where it's like, stand in a line for 2 hours to play 10 minutes of a new game. No, thank you.
No, thank you. No, thank you. If I'm going to go at a convention, I want to go see a bunch of things, not just one fucking panel. You know? Especially because everything's on the internet these days. But that is a total non sequitur. That's just my venting about Comic-Con. I would much rather, now this is maybe just because I'm a huge weeb, I would much rather go to AX, Anime Expo. Because they still do a lot of really good stuff. They had the Heaven's Feel trailer! Yeah! Which is totally off topic, but it's fine. We're talking about cartoons and Comic-Con.
It's fine. But I think that's it. It was a shorter batch than we're usually used to, but there was a lot in it. And
there's a lot to talk about, and it was all really, really good, and I can't wait for the next Steven Bomb, whenever the fuck it is. So yeah. I love Steven Universe.
I love Steven Universe too. Thanks to Visager for use of our background music. Link to his work in the description. You can find us on Twitter at The Gorge Podcast. You can email us about Steven Universe at thegorgepodcast@gmail.com. Sarah, tell us about your other podcast.
Hey, I'm in another podcast. It's called Big Gay Nerds. We are an LGBT RPG live play podcast where me and a bunch of friends get together once a week and we play different kinds of tabletop RPGs. Right now we're still playing Blades in the Dark, which is a super dope, heist-oriented tabletop game inspired by things like Thief and Dishonored. You should come listen to us. It's a lot of fun. We are on Twitter at BGN Podcast. We're on SoundCloud at Big Gay Nerds. We're on Tumblr at Big Gay Nerds. So yeah, hit us up. Thanks.
I just want to say with that, like, I've been listening to it and I love your characters.
Oh, thanks.
The characters in this batch they're all so great. I love them to death.
Everybody is doing an accent except me because I just can't do them. I can't do an accent. So you should totally come listen to a bunch of nerds try to do various Germanic and Russian accents because it's hilarious. Owen's character is probably the funniest fucking character in the entire world. So yeah, we're actually recording more tomorrow. So
oh boy, fun.
I know. So come check us out. Yeah. Thanks, Ben.
Of course. So that'll do it for us. This is a tough one. We're running out of
Network. Fuck Cartoon Network scheduling.
Yeah, fuck Teen Titans Go.
Fuck Teen Titans Go. 100%. That is some old-fashioned bullshit. 214 times to 1. Are you serious right now, Cartoon Network? Come on. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.